Welcome back to Sports People Hawaii. The recent Molokai Hoe finished the way it's finished in most recent years, with Team Tahiti coming in first, second, and third place. But there's a lot of teams trying to chase them down, including one team that has a new sponsor and a new name, but that same old school chemistry that's kept them rolling and succeeding together for many years. It is one of the most grueling and prestigious outrigger canoe races in the world, the Molokai Hoe, a 41-mile push through the open ocean over the treacherous Kaiwi Channel. Dozens of teams from around the globe taking part. For some, it's about winning, but for others, not so much bragging rights, but to be able to say they simply completed the daunting voyage. But for one Hawaii team, make no mistake, the goal was to go for the gold. It is the first time Red Bull has sponsored an outrigger canoe team. Team Red Bull Va'a is made up of entirely paddlers from Kona, many of whom have grown up with one another and have known each other for years.
We live probably within 15 minutes of each other, so all of our families spend a lot of time together.
I'm not too sure. I don't know how the other teams interact with each other, but to us, we're family, so we have that bond and we have that trust with each other, just the love for the sport, the love for each other outside of the canoe.
Everyone pushes each other and has each other's back. The bond is super important in the canoe. Because if it's not happening, the canoe doesn't lie out there.
Very raw talent, and for me it's a joy to coach these guys.
It's a bond they hope will help them to one day unseat the Tahitian teams that have dominated the Molokai Hoe for the past decade. Not just taking the top spot, but for many years, taking the top 3 spots in the race.
They're taking the sport to another level.
The Tahitian teams are made up of professionals, paid to paddle. While Team Red Bull Va'a has Red Bull's backing, being part of the team is a labor of love.
But it's hard when we have full-time jobs. We have to train before work and after work.
We're local guys, local families, and local lifestyles. It gets difficult at times. Our families really sacrifice a lot, and we're just very thankful that they do. They have the patience with us,
and we're just doing the best that we can.
Despite that barrier, the team placed 5th overall in this year's Molokai Hoe, only minutes behind the Tahitian teams. It's not the result they had hoped for, but they know what they're doing out in the water is part of something much bigger than just a single race.
For me as a coach, it's Red Bull is just a vehicle for us to perpetuate our sports. Winning would be great, but our goal is to perpetuate the sports around the world. And having Red Bull, it's going to help us launch the sport.
Red Bull Media really, they've got a lot of reach, but at the same time, that reach touches a lot of people who they don't know anything about outrigger canoe paddling. It's really good that we're able to touch those people and they understand and they can see what we do, and I think it's good for the sport in general. At some point, hopefully, you have other companies that see some value in putting their sticker on the side of an outrigger canoe, and hopefully some of the younger crews can benefit from that, and then maybe then with that sponsorship we can close the gap with some of the professional teams that are out there. But until then we'll see. Hopefully we're taking that first step for everybody else in Hawaii to benefit.
It's awesome, it's a growing sport, and it's good to get paddling out there. It's not just worldwide.
And hopefully to see more for the next generation or the next team.
To see it grow more in Hawaii and have it be something where we can compete with the Tahitians later on, and hopefully bring that crown back home.
The team will have to wait another year for a chance to break through Tahitians' hold over the Molokai Hoe. They hope their hard work, their training, perseverance, and brotherly bond will be enough to one day reclaim the crown jewel of competitive outrigger canoe racing.
Especially with Molokai Hoe, it's a Hawaiian race, and at some point, hopefully, we can get to that level. But every year that we're trying to improve, they're also improving. So we got to figure out a way to close the gap.
The journey is really what it's about, true?
It's the process, yes. It's a journey, and just keep growing. That's all we can do. Learn from our mistakes and keep getting stronger. Keep pushing, never give up.
With that sponsorship, we can close the gap with some of the professional teams that are out there.
I want to thank Team Red Bull for letting us cross the channel with them, and hopefully next year, who knows, maybe they'll be first to finish at the Hilton Hawaiian Village.